The night was a black canvas, the moon a forgotten memory. A lone figure, swallowed by the immensity of the structure, scaled the fire escape of Sinclair Tower. Wind howled, a mournful symphony echoing through the steel canyons of the city. Each movement was a whisper, a testament to years of honed skill. A gloved hand found purchase on the 80th floor, the only sound the rasp of metal on metal. His eyes, two burning embers in the darkness, scanned the window, searching for the telltale sign of an alarm system. Finding none, he produced a glass cutter, the diamond tip glinting wickedly in the faint city glow. The office was plunged in darkness, the only light emanating from the city below. It felt ancient, heavy with the weight of forgotten secrets. The air itself seemed thick with anticipation, buzzing with an energy that sent shivers down his spine. He moved with practiced ease, a phantom navigating a familiar tune. Tonight, the secrets of Sinclair Tower would be his.
Alex, are you sure about this? Maya's voice was barely a murmur, swallowed by the echoing vastness of the deserted lobby.
Relax, May, Alex reassured, his voice a calming counterpoint to the frantic beating of his heart. It's just an old building, probably just some kids messing around.
He tried to sound confident, but even he couldn't ignore the prickle of unease that ran down his spine. The security guard's incoherent ramblings about shadows and strange noises played on loop in his mind. The elevator hummed its ascent, each floor a tick of the clock winding tighter, the knot of apprehension in Alex's stomach. The silence was broken only by the soft whirring of the cables and Maya's shallow breaths. The air grew colder, a tangible shift that seemed to whisper of another presence, unseen but felt. 80th floor. The doors slid open with a sigh, revealing a scene far more unsettling than anything they could have imagined.
Maya shivered, pulling her jacket tighter around herself.
The office was in disarray, furniture overturned, papers scattered like fallen leaves. A single window gaped open, a black maw against the backdrop of the glittering cityscape. The air hung heavy with an almost palpable sense of violation, of secrets disturbed.
Someone was definitely here, Alex murmured, his voice tight with a mixture of adrenaline and apprehension.
He moved cautiously through the debris, his eyes scanning every shadow, every corner. The scent of ozone lingered in the air, a stark reminder of the storm raging outside and the violence that had recently unfolded within these walls. A glint of gold caught his eye. Half hidden beneath a toppled bookshelf lay a leather-bound journal, its once pristine cover now marred by a long, jagged scratch. He carefully picked it up, his fingers brushing against the cool, smooth leather. It felt strangely out of place amidst the chaos, an island of calm in a sea of disarray.
Look, she whispered, pointing towards the far wall.
A section of the ornate oak paneling had swung inward, revealing a narrow, darkened passageway beyond.
The journal was surprisingly heavy in his hands. Its worn leather whispered of age and countless tales absorbed within its pages. Alex gingerly opened it, his heart pounding with a mixture of excitement and trepidation. The paper was thick and creamy, the ink a deep, rich brown that spoke of a time long past. The elegant script flowed across the page, each word meticulously crafted. It was a diary of sorts, filled with cryptic entries, strange diagrams, and intricate sketches of mechanical devices that seemed to defy logic. The name Sinclair appeared repeatedly, interwoven with references to the machine, the source, and the awakening.
Alex, Maya's voice was a strained whisper, her eyes wide with a mixture of fear and fascination. This is bigger than we thought. We need to get out of here.
Alex hesitated, his fingers tracing the intricate lines of a particularly complex diagram. The journal seemed to pulsate with an energy he could feel in his very core, a siren song calling him deeper into its enigmatic depths. He knew they should leave, that the smart move would be to walk away from this madness. But the allure of the unknown, the tantalizing promise of unraveling Sinclair's secrets, held him captive. Taking a deep breath, he tore his gaze from the mesmerizing pages and turned his attention to the hidden passageway. It yawned before them, a black void beckoning them into the unknown heart of the tower. A cold draft emanated from its depths, carrying with it the faint scent of dust and decay. "Okay," he said finally, his voice hoarse with apprehension. "Let's see where this goes." He pulled out his phone, the screen illuminating their faces with an eerie glow. He could see the fear reflected in Maya's eyes, but also a spark of adrenaline-fueled excitement. They were in too deep now to turn back. With a deep breath, they stepped across the threshold, the heavy panel swinging shut behind them with a resounding thud. The darkness swallowed them whole. The passage was narrow and cramped, the air thick with the smell of dust and disuse. Alex and Maya moved slowly, their footsteps echoing softly on the stone floor. The beam of Alex's phone cut through the darkness, revealing rough-hewn walls and a low, vaulted ceiling. As they ventured deeper into the bowels of the tower, they began to notice strange markings etched into the stone. Geometric patterns, cryptic symbols, and what appeared to be ancient runes seemed to writhe and dance in the flickering light, their meanings lost to time. The air grew noticeably colder, the silence broken only by the sound of their own breathing and the distant dripping of water.
"This is creepy," Maya whispered, her voice barely audible above the pounding of her heart. She kept close to Alex, her hand gripping his arm tightly.
"Just a little further," Alex murmured, his own voice tight with a mixture of fear and exhilaration. He ran his free hand along the rough wall, his fingers tracing the strange symbols. As he rounded a bend in the passage, his phone illuminated a sight that made him gasp in astonishment. The passage opened into a large, circular chamber. The air shimmered with an ethereal glow emanating from a complex network of pipes, wires, and glowing orbs, arranged around a massive, cylindrical structure in the center of the room.